Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Love and Monsters. And this is from director Michael Matthews, and from a screenplay from Brian Duffield and Matthew Robinson. And honestly, this really felt like I was watching like an adaptation of a video game or some kind of comic or something. But this film, there was a comet coming to the Earth, and we shot rockets at it, and the rockets rained down radiation and turned all the creatures on Earth into giant monsters. And now we all live underground in quarantine. Quarantine. We know a little something about that, don't we? Except we're quarantining from a virus and not, like, giant monsters. That probably would be more exciting, but also not a world I want to live in. But anyway, this film is starring Dylan O'Brien, who, of course, is famous from the Maze Runner films, and he is a really charismatic and fun lead in this. He's funny, he's endearing, you really care about Joel as a character, and I think that's one of the most important things about Love and Monsters, because honestly, I really enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun with this film. And Dylan O'Brien really carried it in his leading performance in this film, and Joel's really relatable. Like, obviously there's two halves to this title. You have love and monsters. Joel has this love, played by Jessica Henwick, who's Amy, who's off in a different colony underground, and he's trying to reconnect with her. They talk on the radio. You get these flashback moments. They have a really endearing love story, and it's cute. And Joel goes out into the world to make it to her. So like 7 days on the surface. Is he going to make it? He freezes at the first sign of creatures, and you get to see some really great growth through the second act as he runs into Woody Harrelson. Wow, I was going to make a joke that he runs into Michael Rooker, who's basically, why couldn't they just get Woody Harrelson? Because he's basically the character from Zombieland, and then I actually accidentally said Woody Harrelson. Michael Rooker, who's great. He has a lot of fun in this film. He basically plays, like I said, the Zombieland equivalent in this as he's basically Tallahassee except hunting monsters instead of zombies. You even get some rules. It's not as flashy and as well focused on as in Zombieland, but you also get Michael Rooker's daughter is played by Adriana Greenblatt, who's so adorable and very endearing, and also really funny as she's completely ripping Joel to shreds because she's more of an adult than him and is handling things a lot better than him. But you see all these cool creatures, and that's one of the best parts of this film. These action sequences, Michael Matthews really knows how to film them, build that tension, and they're a lot of fun. And the creatures are well rendered, there's some really cool designs. This builds up to a climax that I loved. The action in that part of the film was really awesome, and the choice of creature that they came to blows with was really cool. Now, the second act of this film, where he's connecting with Michael Rooker and his daughter, and he's growing, it's endearing and you enjoy that growth that you're going on with Joel, except there's a lot of exposition, a lot, and they lay some really obnoxious exposition that turns into obnoxious foreshadowing later, and I'm like, okay, so some of the writing might be a little cheesy or a little off, and it might lean into a little too many cliches, especially when it comes to the love story, because honestly, when he finally gets there is pretty surprising and takes a different turn than you might expect. And I kind of wish it kept going in that unexpected route, but in the end it kind of falls back into a love story trope, a romance trope. It's I kind of wish that it kept going in that way, because honestly this film would have been perfectly fine with just the personal growth that Joel goes through. And he runs into this robot, it's a Maeve robot, it's what they're called in the film, and has a really moving emotional moment with something that happens with this robot. This film's pretty endearing. It's a lot of fun action-wise and effects-wise. It really delivers in a lot of different ways. And like I said, yeah, it leads into some cliches and deals with too much exposition at times, but I want to see more of this world. I want to see more of Joel. And I really enjoyed this film. I'm excited to see more Love and Monsters. It's on VOD, premium VOD, so I don't know if it's going to make enough or they're going to justify making sequels, but I'd be down. So honestly, go out and check out Love and Monsters. I really enjoyed it. But those are my thoughts on Love and Monsters. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.